The fact that you cannot get into the system doesn't mean that it's not online. Not being able to use an application is one thing. Not being able to access a server is another thing. Let's check whether the server is online or not. The question is server online or not? Server is a South Indian term, those of you who are not familiar. Okay. You're going to be working with South Indians. You might as well learn the way they speak. And part of the package is I'm going to teach you how to speak because I work with them and they rule the IT industry. You cannot escape them. And they're smart. You cannot beat them. So join them. That's my philosophy. You can't beat them, you join them. Ping, ladies and gentlemen, is a command in Linux to check network connectivity. Okay? If I am on my laptop over here, and now I want to check this system over here, whether this system is online. That's the term used, online, on the network, is alive. His network card, the system's network card is plugged into the cable. There is an IP address. That's what it means. Let's check. Ping the name of the server, linoop.ddns.net. And ladies and gentlemen, when I see reply, it means the server is online. And see, I'm sending some packets over here. I'm sending some packets from this machine. I'm sending the packets from this machine to this machine. And that machine is receiving the packet. That means this machine is online. Is this machine also online if this machine is able to send packets? You guys are not with me. Obviously, if the machine is able to send a packet, it is also receiving packets. Take a look at this over here. 4 packets were sent and 4 packets were received. There's a 0% loss. An interesting command, ladies and gentlemen, to check if your network is slow, it's performing slow. You always ping your server name or the IP address. And this is the syntax. Ping space linoop.net. Let's take a look at this in the snipping tool so we can understand the output. I know some of you guys come late. You got to start coming on time. And I know most of you guys do not believe in free stuff. That's why you're like, whatever, you know. So the command, ladies and gentlemen, is this over here, which is the ping command. And I have a beautiful story on the ping command. If you ask me, I will share that story with you. If you don't, I don't care. Ping command, ladies and gentlemen. This is my command. And this is the host name. This is the host name, server name. Hey, too much pink. Yeah, let's kind of make a little right here. Host name. Host name is equal to server name. It could also be an IP address. You could literally plug in the IP address over here if you know the IP address. Okay. And what I'm doing over here is by pinging this machine, it by default shows me the IP address over here. Okay. So if I know the host name, a server name or computer name, I can ping it. And in return, I'm also getting the IP address of that host. And look, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 packets were sent and 4 packets were received. My machine, this is what happened. I am on this machine over here, and there's another machine on the network somewhere on the internet. I was sending packets and this machine was sending packets back to me. This is how I can confirm that these two machines, machine A and machine B, they are both online. I can say the server is online. Okay. And that means there is a 0% packet loss. If somebody ever complains to you, hey, it seems like my internet is slow and I don't know how to check my internet, whether my internet is slow. All you need to do is bring up your command line from the CMD command right here. CMD, hit enter, and you have the command line over here. Make this bigger. And always ping a machine which is 24 by 7 running, a server. And give me a server that you think runs 24 by 7. The website that you use that gives you answers to everything. Google, very good. Avaz says Google. Talha said Google. Daud said Google. Yusuf said Google. I like you guys. Ping google.com. And ladies and gentlemen, what you see over here is, what am I seeing over here? If you can help me, because I did tell you guys what this is. What is this? This is IPv6 address. IPv6 address. Avas, you're too good, bro. Shout out to Avas. You're great. Shiraz, you're good too. Akab, you got it, man. IPv6. If you go back to my this over here, what kind of IP address is this, ladies and gentlemen? Oops. What kind of IP address is this? This is IPv4. Why? Because 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 sections, 4 octet. That's why it is IPv4. And what am I seeing over here? Right here in this window, I am seeing more than 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. IPv6. Now, and take a look at this 0% loss. So you can also do this, pingtiktok.com. There you go. I'm able to also ping tiktok.com. Can I ping Facebook? There you go. I am able to ping Facebook, ping Instagram. There you go. Ping CNN. There you go. There you go. Is there any way to turn on the copying from these definitions signed by easier to save in our notes? Absolutely, you're right about that. We need to enable that option, I believe. Shahid can enable that for you guys. So now, beautiful. They're saying that they want to copy stuff. Well, Sime gives a lot of definitions. They want to be able to copy that into their notebooks. They're not able to copy that right now.
From the chat, you mean?
From the chat, yes.
I think I enabled it. Can you test it?
It's working, by the way. Ping, it says ping still works. Okay. Let me see if this works for me over here. Yeah, it's worked for me. I don't know for you guys. Can you guys copy paste? All right, let me see over here. No, they still cannot copy paste this. Let me see over here. Copy paste options. But no, I don't know. Some people are saying they can, some people are saying they cannot. I don't know. Maybe some people don't know how to copy paste. You know, there was a good time in IT industry. One of my cousin came from England. He used to work at a bakery before joining IT, and he took some online course. for like literally 2, 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something. He found a job in America, being a UK citizen, and his job was paying him literally $75 an hour. He did some QA testing course. This was the hottest thing back then. And he was completely illiterate, computer illiterate. I'm telling you this real story. And he came to our home and he stayed with us. And I was in college at that time. You're talking about 99, 2000, early, late 99, maybe 98, 99. And when I used to work on my computer, I'm doing Microsoft Word, Office. He used to sit next to me, and he used to be amazed how fast I can how fast I can type. Number one, number two. One day I just did Control C and Control V, and he was like blown away. It was like, "What? What did you just do? This is magic." I said, "What? This is just copy paste." Like, I never knew this existed, man. I typed the whole thing from there to here, and that kid used to make $75 an hour. And so, ladies and gentlemen, those days are gone. Okay, but now you really need to know your stuff in order to make good money. So I gave you this. I'm gonna go to the chat and I'm gonna give you guys this file. Let me see first of all how many of you are there. Well, it's not a busy day today here. It's not that many people because we're gonna see so many dropouts now because now that we're transitioning into the um, paid class. Maybe do Control C and Control V. We have roughly around 110 people joined this class right now, which is good. I like it. I like it. Keep the number low so we can be, good. How to stop ping information? Control C. Control and C key together. Control and C. Okay. So I'm going to share this file with you guys once again, so you can download these two files. I'm going to give you the lab, and I'm going to give you the quiz and the key. I gave you the lab. I'm going to give you the quiz over here. Okay. And I'm also working on the DevOps syllabus for you guys. Should be sharing that with you soon. Now let me go ahead and log into my machine. SSH Asade at linoob.ddns.net. Usman, you have a question? Your hand is up. Oh, I'm using a wrong username. It's Asad B, not Asad A. Great. Got it now. Works for me. When is this lab due? It depends, honestly speaking. We're not checking anything right now. But moving forward, if you're transitioning to the paid program, when you transition into the paid program, every lab that you do will be counted for. You will have to do lab 3 times. And the third time, it's going to time you. And it is also going to report it to a web page accessible by everybody. Everybody will be able to see how long it took you to complete your lab and who did it in a faster manner. So it's going to do like a ranking system for you guys. So we will know who's the, smart kid and, who's really got it all figured out. But honestly speaking, I like to do these things because to motivate you guys to create a competitive environment. Some of you will learn good in that environment. Some of you are, used to the American way where they hide everything. They don't want to show the public what you got, whether you got an A grade, B grade, C grade. I'm a old school. I kind of like to share what people are doing. So I'm deciding what to do with you guys. We will see. All right, let's take a look at the lab together and let's knock it down. How will the test be graded? Do I email it to you? No, you don't need to email it to me at all. Just do it for yourself. Let's do the lab together. If you could not, if you could not download the lab, completely fine. Don't worry. Let's put this on the side over here, and let's have our, okay, let's have the lab over here on one side, and then we can have the terminal over here, and let's do this together. Okay. So this is how we're going to do this. The lab is right here, and the terminal is right underneath. No, I don't. Okay. So the first question being asked is, use the appropriate command to display your present working directory. All right, give me the answer over here quickly. PWD. All right, instead of you guys typing the command on the terminal, I want you guys to give me the commands over here. List all files and directories in your current location. List all files and directories. All of you that are giving me ls, you have a listening problem. You want to jump into something right away without even listening. I'm going to keep reminding you. That's why you have messed up relationships. All right. If you fix your listening problem, you're going to fix a lot of things in your life, especially the interview. All files. All right. Now, display. Got you. The answer to that command is ls-a. ls-a. You don't always use these two commands together. Let's take a look at this. ls-a. I see all the files and directories. Okay, the next one is display all detailed information, permission size in the current, permission size and ownership in the current directory. Well, ls-al. All right, somebody's still complaining. Well, I need the lab. I didn't get the lab. I didn't get the lab. I didn't get the lab. Hold on. I'm giving it to you now. Oh, okay, I see now I'm using the lab. So let me just close out of this window over here. Let me give you the lab once again. Okay. Long listing, detailed information is all same thing. Did you get the lab now? While I'm at this, I'm going to give you the quiz too. What's wrong with you? Bro, what's wrong with you? I'm sharing the lab in the chat. Just click on this where it says lab 1-2025 basic command and navigation. Are you on your phone? Are you on the phone? If you're on the phone, then you're not my friend. There you go. All right, let's do this. Now, I want you guys to score yourself, okay? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to yourself. Score yourself how well you did on this lab. All right, let's start the lab again. Let's go. It says that list all files, including hidden ones, with the detailed information. Display detail all file information. Display detailed file information. So let's do this. Clear. ls-al. Okay. And then the next one is what? List all files, including hidden ones, with the detailed information. We already did that. There's no fun. We did that right there. No problem. Same thing. Create a new directory named Linux, navigate into it using the cd command. Okay, it makes sense. Mkdir Linux, and then cd into Linux. Follow, by the way, do this. On your terminal. Do this on your terminal, please. And then at the end, you're going to tell me what score did you get. So there are 18 questions. Each one of them is 1 point. So we have 18 score, total 18 score. By the way, even though it says Linux over here, use the lowercase. Linux is okay. I don't want you to get into the uppercases for now. We can do uppercases too. You guys are mature enough to do this. While in Linux directory, so now I created the Linux directory with a smaller case. Let me show you over here. Take a look at this over here. I have lowercase Linux. I'm going to remove this rmdir Linux. Done. pwd ls. Those of you who are new over here, if you're lost, if you're new over here, let me know your name. If you're first time here, raise your hand so I can give you some guidelines. Okay. Welcome, Abdullah. And you should be watching the YouTube channel after you finish this class, because right now this is all new to you. Mkdir Linux. And then he said, go to Linux, cd linux, Linux. The next point there is, all right, create these subdirectories. He wants me to create these subdirectories. So I'm going to come back over here on the command line, paste this information, remove this, Red Hat, and mkdir. Done. I cannot see anything in Q&A because nobody's asking questions in Q&A. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Next. Use CD to go one level up and then check and confirm your present working using PWD. Use CD to go one step up, okay? PWD, very good. I'm in /home/SLB, okay? Very good. So far, so good. Create directory creation, file movement, copy, and deletion. When in your home directory, create 3 empty files: file.txt, pic.jpg, and clip AVI. So he wants me to create these 3 empty files. No problem. Bring these file names over here. I'm going to remove these and just have the spaces in between them and say touch. Please share the link to the terminal /server as I change my laptop. Please go ahead and share the link with this gentleman over here. Touch. I have these files. Take a look at this. Yes. There you go. I have all of those files that he wanted me to create. Pick and clip file. All right. Okay, now it says create 3 directories in your home directories: documents, images, and media. I need to create these 3 directories. Let's go there. Mkdir and this. Mkdir is the command, and these are the directories I need to create. So I'm just copying paste from there, and I'm just modifying and separated by space because I need these directories. ls-l. Beautify. Documents is there? Yes. Images is there? Yes. Media is there? Yes. Lovely. Let's go next. It says move file1.txt into documents. Okay, no problem. File1, let's do this, tree. Ladies and gentlemen, he wants me to move file1, which is right over here, into documents. He wants me to move it. So let me ask you this question. In order to move this, what do I need to do? Do I need to copy or I need to use the move command? Let me show you over here. This file over here is a file.txt over here. He wants me to move it under this right over here. So if I copy, ladies and gentlemen, if I use the copy command, cp command, what will happen if I have a file over here and I wanna copy it over here somewhere? Guess what? Exactly the same thing will be copied and this will be replicated. It will have two copies. I will end up with two copies. Move basically means you drag it and you bring it with you somewhere else. And this is gone while this only exists now. Okay. Now let's go and do this. Move file1 into document. Let me just read this one more time. Move file1 into documents. Directory. Hold on. Yeah, right here, right here. Move file1 into documents. Pick into images. Clip into media. Okay, got it. Clear? Yeah, what happened to my terminal? Oops, I think I lost connection. Hold on. Let me ping my server once again. Ping linoopt.ddns.net. Server is still on. I'm able to ping it. Let me see if I can log in. Root at ddns.net. Let's take a look at this. What's going on? Let's try one more time. And let's see what's going on. You know, today we had a power failure. There was some electrical work going on at this location, linoopt.ddns.net. Okay. Something is fishy right now. Yeah, something is fishy right now. Something is going on. I don't know what could be because I don't have access to the terminal console. So I cannot tell what's going on with this server right now. Maybe Shahid I can look into this and see what's going on with the server right now.
What's
Connection.
the Asabhai, what's the issues going on?
So the server is online, but it seems like the SSH is hanging.
Okay, let me check.
Yeah. You may want to just reboot this because look, it's not connecting over here. Timeout, connect. So if you look at the server, if we ping the server, this is actually good. The server is pinging. It's accessible. It's just not allowing people to log in. Let's take a look at this one more time. SSH asad at linoob.ddns.net. Yeah, the connection is a little flaky. And meanwhile, I'm going to continue to ping over here. Ping -t linoob.ddns.net. Okay. The server is pinging over here, but it's not allowing us to log in. This can happen sometimes. This is a good example for you guys to view. Anyway, while Shadbai is going to work on this, we're going to basically take a look at another PowerPoint over here. I want to bring you guys to this slide that I have.
Asma, it's just a bottleneck on the network side. The server is good. We have users logging in.
How many users we have logging in?
I'll
I
check.
think the network is a little flaky over there.
Yeah, there is network issue. Yeah.
Yeah. No worries, no worries. We'll figure it out what's going on. But hold on, I wanted to share some stuff with you guys for the Linux operating system. And this beautiful slide that I came up with right over here. Okay. Are you guys still working on the server right now? Or is it still not working for you guys? Take a look at this. So there's some traffic, there's crazy traffic on the network. That's what it is. Shava, if you can look into the logs, maybe it's under attack, because when you leave things, it could be under a hacking attack, because we didn't customize anything, because we didn't want to make it too crazy for you guys.
Checking on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Log in. Just give it a reboot. And maybe you need to customize the port from 22 to 2222.
We
I
can
think
do
that's,
that, but do you want to reboot the server?
yeah, reboot it for now.
Okay, it will take 5 minutes for system to come up. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Everybody, by the way, folks, everybody is having problem logging in. This is completely fine. This can happen sometimes at work as well. That's why they need professionals like me and you to troubleshoot. This type of scenario, it gets everybody rolling. What's going on? Why the server is down? Why the server is down? So that's where the AI cannot come and take over your job, because it requires troubleshooting skills, problem solving skills. And it requires you to look into a lot of different directions. Oh, is my server under attack? Oh, is the disk space filling up? Oh, is the network lagging? Is there a security issue? Is the server having a performance issue? Is there a network performance issue? You got to look into all of these directions. You got to look into logs to find clues, what's going on with my server. And that's why they need people who can troubleshoot, who can resolve issues. And sometimes these issues are so complicated that you cannot solve by yourself. Nothing to worry. Every server, if you're working at a Fortune 500 company, or 1,000 Fortune 1,000 company, or 100 company, or enterprise, let's just say, if you're working for the enterprise, every server is under warranty. You literally have a support. So a case like this where you cannot figure out what's going on, just pick up the phone, call Red Hat or Oracle Enterprise, whoever your vendor is, and they will jump on the call with you. They will take a look at your Zoom screen and they will tell you what's going on with your server, because they are expert to the next level. Okay. And so that's a good thing that this is happening right now. The server might be rebooting right now. Let's continue to ping this server, ladies and gentlemen. And as long as it's pinging, we are seeing that the server is still pinging. It's still online. Maybe Shahid is rebooting this. But I want to bring your attention over here to this slide. Pay attention over here. the core the core functionalities, the core functions of the operating system. It could be Linux, Windows, or any. And these are all the things that we are going to learn down the road. We are going to learn how to work with the shell. Remember, as a user, we always, how do I face this guy over here? No, I'm so bad at drawings. Okay. Okay. So remember, you type in your commands into the shell. Shell then passes the command to the kernel. Kernel is the one which is doing all of these tasks depending on what you need to do. These are some of the things that operating system, these are some of the functionalities that operating system provide to you. And at the end of the day, these are your networking, these are your net server resources. These are the very resources that are actually doing the job for you. If you want to install applications and packages, there's a package management provided to you in the operating system. It allows you to install and update applications. Operating system allows you to store data, and attach hard drives and store data and access data. Application server allows you, sorry, the Linux operating system allows you to run multiple processes, multiple applications. In this case, you guys were logging into my server through SSH service, SSH process. When SSH process started having a problem, you were all logged out. So that's process management. And each one of you have to have an account on Linux, just like you do right now. That part is under the user management. And shell I already talked about. And then the big feature of the operating system is the security part, where it makes sure that there's no unauthorized user trying to access your Linux server. So these are some core functionalities, core features of the operating system. I think every interviewer should start with this question: what do you know about Linux operating system? What are some of its core functionalities? However, listening to interviews, and I've been, getting interview stories for the last 30 years. I didn't hear any interviewer ask this question, which is a very legit question. Hey, tell me what does the operating system do for you? These are some of the things operating system provide you. Okay. The PowerPoint is already uploaded. Somebody's saying the server is back online. Let's take a look at this. Let's not all jump on the server right away. Let's give it some cooling time. And slowly, one by one, we go to the server. I was going to take this opportunity to teach you guys. I was going to take this opportunity to teach you guys some, wrong username, by the way, to teach you some virtualization. I thought the server is down. Why not do some virtualization? Go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and log in slowly. As you can see, there are 11 users logged in. And somebody just came back asking for the lab and the quiz. Once again, the quiz is there. I'm going to give you the lab. The lab is being shared with you right now. Okay, I gotta close out the lab over here. Listen, folks, it's gonna take you some time to get onto the server because a lot of you are jumping onto the server right now, and from 11 to 20 users, so you gotta give it like a minute or 2 minute retry. Okay. Lab. All right, good. Let me stop sharing over here for 1 second. Would you guys like to learn something with the VMware virtualization? instead of continuing to learn Linux, maybe we could do something interesting and we can learn about VMware. Let me see show of hands. If you guys want to continue to learn Linux, I want you to complete the lab by yourself, by the way. I'm not going to be going over the lab with you. That's for you guys. All right. And let me explain you what virtualization is. This is my old PowerPoint that I did on the VMware. So let me see if you guys will like this. All right, so let's go ahead and do the virtualization over here, which is really fun part. If you guys know this, honestly speaking, it's good to know this stuff. All right, where is my Zoom window? Okay, very good. Did we finish Linux? Linux will never be finished. It's like an ocean, right? I'm not supposed to be finishing the Linux part. I'm going to continue to teach Linux for the rest of my course. But I want to teach you something about new stuff, right? This class is about Linux and virtualization and cloud. Let's take a look at this. Okay. VMware. And of course, you guys know my name, which is Asad, whatever you want to call me. What is virtualization? Anybody has any clue what is virtualization? Have you done any work with virtualization? All right. No. Okay, very good. You don't know what virtualization is. By the way, these PowerPoints were done like some year ago. So these are not as nice as my regular PowerPoints now. And now this is more fun, by the way. There's no coding in virtualization. Let's understand this. You guys, right now, you're working with me on a single server. I have a server which has this hardware architect. Let me just choose a different color over here. Let's go with the pink color, whatever this color is. So you guys, basically, I have a server over here in my data center. That server has a CPU, memory, network card, and the disk, and you have seen that server, a single server. And that single server is running a single operating system, which is right now we're running Linux, and you guys are all logging into Linux. Now, that Linux is running on top of this some applications. You know that beautiful window where you log in? That is considered an application. That's one application. And you can run as many applications as the number of resources you have in your server. Okay? So far, so good? So far, so good? This is the story as of now. When I was young and handsome and energetic, life was simple. You go to work, one server, one operating system, multiple applications, beautiful life. One server breaks down, and all of these applications running on it will also break down. Breakdown means it could be a hardware related issue or it could be a software related issue. What you just experienced, ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes ago, was that a hardware failure or was that a application failure? The application stopped working. Remember, the application was the graphical user interface where you were entering your username and password. That is called the HTTP application. HTTP application, web server. So it turns out that application stopped working and we could not log in. So, server running Linux operating system, running applications. Can you give me some of the name of the applications that you guys use in your daily life right now, every single day to get your dopamine? You guys use web servers. You guys are application users for the web application users. Any website that you go to, you are a web application user. And then there is your favorite applications like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. By the way, I'm starting to use these applications too. And I realized yesterday while I was on it for like 15 to 20 minutes, after 20 minutes, I asked myself, what the hell I'm doing over here? Checking out other people doing stupid things. What am I doing over here with my life? I stopped that Instagram. It just sucks you into this a different virtual reality. It's a sickening, honestly speaking. I stopped that. I just walked out. I said, no, this is waste of time. So now this is what this architect, what I'm going to call this architect, this is the architect that you're using right now. What if I told you that there's a modernization in the IT industry? What's wrong with this, by the way? What is the story over here? Single operating system on a single hardware. One server, one operating system. Software and hardware are tightly coupled, meaning the application that you run on this operating system, they're all basically relying on this resources over here. And they're all running on a single machine. Now, running multiple applications on a same machine often create conflicts. If I'm running multiple applications like a web application or what other examples I can give you? You guys are not familiar with the applications. Um, Web application is a one app. Usually there are web applications that you use on these servers, and then there are some development applications that you use on these servers, and there are some um, .NET applications, Python based applications, Java based applications. These applications are written by developers, and that's what developers job is, to write applications. They develop applications. Our job as a DevOps engineer is make sure those applications are deployed on these servers and they're available for the rest of their users. So, one server, one operating system, and multiple applications running on that server. That's the life as of now, what you're seeing. What I'm introducing to you guys right now is the virtualization. Virtualization basically means, ladies and gentlemen, that you can take that one physical server over here, same physical server you can take, instead of installing the operating system, install the VMware operating system. VMware is a company, they create their own operating system. Install that operating system, and now that operating system will allow you to divide this server into multiple virtual machines. In other words, I can literally take a single server right over here, which is a physical server. We also call it a bare metal server. And we can convert this into a bunch of virtual machines. So the same server that used to run one operating system right over here, that used to run one operating system, one big fat operating system, Linux or Windows. Now, once I install the Oracle software on top of this, Now this bare metal server over here, I can install, instead of installing the Linux, Windows, or any other software, I can install the VMware software. And then on top, using this VMware software and its feature, I can now create multiple virtual machines. And now these virtual machines, I can run different operating systems are in parallel the same operating system. I have a one virtual machine over here. I have a two virtual machine over here. I have three virtual machine over here. So what does that mean? That means VMware operating system allows me to convert this physical box, physical server, into virtual server. Virtual server basically means it has, at the end of the day, it's created through a software logically. Why do I want to do this? Because I can run different operating systems. I can run Linux on top of this. I can run Windows over here. I can run Mac over here. I can run Unix over here. And I can use these machines to run different type of applications. Okay. I can run these machines. I can run different type of applications on this. Now, tell me what's bothering you so far. Yes, Ali, you're absolutely right. Is the Canva the right example for application? Canva is like a user application where you guys are creating your images, but application means, think of application, anything the software that creates for you. For example, I go into my computer over here and I type calculator. Calculator is an application. Okay, so there are a lot of applications that are available that do different things for human beings. Companies run those applications to bring you a nice interface, okay, to solve your problem at the back end. That's what they run on servers at the back end. What you see is a beautiful web interface, but at the back end, their programmers have developed different applications. Okay, I feel like there's no energy from you guys coming today. You guys are all either on your TikTok, giving your time to somebody else, or you're just not interested in learning the VMware part. I don't see any energy coming from you guys. So, what are we going to do about that? Let's see over here. Now, you see, using the virtualization software, I am able to, right over here is the virtualization software. Before I used to install Linux. Now I am installing the VMware virtualization operating system. VMware is a company that gives you their own operating system. Now, because of this, guess what? I have divided these resources and I have installed multiple operating systems which is using the same hardware at the end of the day, same physical server, but now I have two operating systems running, one over here, one over here. And on these two different operating systems, ladies and gentlemen, I can run Linux over here, I can run Windows over here. And I can have multiple applications running on this. One application running over here, another application running over here. Okay, so believe it or not, VMware is the most beautiful innovation that took place about 15, 20 years ago. And virtual machines can be provisioned to any system. You can manage the operating system and application as a single unit. So basically, the idea is this. Once again, the idea is very simple. Taking a bare metal machine or server that can run a single OS installing VMware OS to convert this into a into multiple virtual machines. Okay? Simple. Again, I have one physical server which only runs one operating system. That operating system can run multiple applications. Okay? Remember, operating job of the operating system. Yes, operating system provides you data storage, it provides you security, but why do we have operating system to begin with? Let me ask you the simple question. Why do you use operating system? Well, you use it to browse the internet. You also use it to store your files, right? And store your videos, right? But ask somebody at the company level, why do they hire, why do they hire, sorry, why do they buy servers? Why do they buy heavy, expensive servers? And why do they have data centers? Simple answer. So they can develop applications and and make them available to their customers. Okay. Example. TikTok. What is TikTok's business? TikTok business is the main application. Application that brings people on their platform, on their app, brings people on their application. Why? Because people, when they come to use this application, now you have their attention. TikTok has your attention when you come to use their application. Now they can sell you anything. What can they sell you? They can sell you advertisement, ads. They can sell you, God knows what else you guys do on TikTok. Basically, they just want to make money. You can also buy merchandise. Yeah. And you can also see some vulgarity over there because it entertains you. And that person can charge you money for that vulgarity. I don't know. Is that what's the thing now with the TikTok as well? I don't know. I hear some people spend money to go live with certain people because they want recognition. They want to show off that they can spend money. Maybe they're trying to gain attention from people. I have a student that told me this story, which I never knew this. He spent $80,000 going to these live shows, listening to these losers where they have some loose talk and showing up. He wants to show off. And he's spending money every day. He's spending 5,000, 10,000, or God knows how much money he was spending. He ended up losing $80,000. And I said, what was your motive at the end of the day? What were you trying to gain out of this? Were you trying to impress somebody? He said, yeah. I think at the back end, I have pretty much always been this person that doesn't have that much big social circle. I want to be known that I'm somebody who's capable. I got money. So what are you looking for at the end of the day? I don't know. I just wanted to be famous. I wanted people to recognize me. $80,000? That's just one story. The more I ask my students about this, the more I know that every person at least has spent some amount of money. And this shocks me. Anyway, coming back to the topic over here. Now, they are basically running this platform, right? This application to make money because you guys go over there. They have something interesting. They have everything for everybody. You like music, they have music videos for you. You like, you like exercise, you like working out, they have that video for you. So you know that stuff. I don't need to give you that stuff. You know more than I do. Okay. So anyway, now they have you hooked over there. The screen time is increasing. The more they got you there, they can sell you ads, they can sell you advertises, they can sell you dreams, whatever that means. Now, they are running this application. Come back to this now. They are running this application. This is the other part over here. Now, the application over here, ladies and gentlemen, is running in their data centers. So where they running this application? They are running this application not on a single server. They are running this application on thousands, hundreds and thousands of servers. Hundreds and thousands of servers in order to support their application. So servers are there to develop applications and to run applications. The whole IT industry, that's all it does. It develops applications and it makes the applications available for the end users. End user is the people like me and you who use these applications. Some of them are entertainment. Some of them are solving some complex problems for you guys. For example, ChatGPT, AI is doing amazing things. Again, it also requires those servers. And that's what we're learning about these servers. Now, when the architect of those servers, the engineers who are managing these servers, they have to make a decision whether they want to use one server to run a single operating system, or they want to run and they want to convert this one physical server into bunch of virtual machines. How is this one physical server, one bare metal server, gets converted into a virtual machine by a piece of software? Piece of software. What is the software also called? Application. So, ladies and gentlemen, IT industry is ocean of applications. And your job is to make decisions how to run these applications smoothly on servers. And therefore, the VMware is playing a vital role over here. It can take a single physical server and it can convert this into smaller servers. So these servers independently can run any type of operating systems. And then they can also run applications. If you want to isolate your environment, okay? Somebody saying Asad definitely watches TikTok. He's just saying it to hide it. Okay, it's my life if I'm watching it, but honestly speaking, I don't have enough time to watch any TikTok or any crap like that. I have 5 engineers that work at TikTok, and I tell you one thing: TikTok pays you good money, and TikTok pays you good money if you are hired in the United States working for the TikTok. Let's continue to look at this PowerPoint over here. Is anybody here that still do not understand what is VMware doing for me? What is virtualization? Do big companies use VMware to run their applications? Beautiful question. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Nowadays, pretty much every company wants to use VMware on top of their operating system. Are we going to run VMware in our environment? Yes. You will be working directly with the VMware. You will have your own machine, and then on top of that, you will install the operating system, and then you will install applications. Okay? All right. Let's continue over here, ladies and gentlemen. So, what are we looking at over here? Once again, this is beautiful. One physical server running a one operating system, running one application. Now, if I install there the VMware operating system, I can run one, two, three, four, five, six. Six operating systems I can have 6 machines. Let me give you another example. Right now, you guys have a Mac or Windows, right? On your machine. And that's the only operating system you have. If you wanted to run Linux on the same laptop where you're using Mac or Windows, how do you do this? VMware. There are um, other players out there. For example, Oracle is also there. They're also providing you virtualization platform. So let's take a look at your scenario over here. This will make 100% sense to you. Okay? This will make 100% sense to you. So this is what we have over here, ladies and gentlemen. We have a user over here. First of all, tell me if this is a boy or a girl. This is you, by the way. Okay. I happen to draw this picture of you. Okay. You. So whatever it is, you do it. Okay. I'm just going to leave it to that. You're using a laptop over here, ladies and gentlemen, and this laptop is either running Mac or Windows. Only 2 options we have. Now, the scenario is this. You have a crazy teacher, you know, uh, right over here. He wants you to be able to have a machine, laptop, that is running either Windows or Mac. In addition to this is OR, by the way. In addition to this, he also wants you to run another operating system called Linux. So, what is the solution over here? What are you going to do to make this happen? Well, we'll take this operating system and we're going to assume we're running Windows. We're going to assume we're running Windows. And what I will do is, which is right over here, you will go to the VMware website and then you will download an application software which is called VMware. Something with the VMware. You will download that software onto your machine, your laptop. You will install it, meaning, double click on it, follow all the prompts. And then when you start using it, this software will give you the window to now be able to create a virtual machine. Let's do this together. Let's do this. How many of you are with me so far? Beauty fly versus ugly fly. Quickly. Um, how many of you are using Mac over here? I'm going to lower your hands over here quickly. Mac users. Oh la la. All right, Shahid bhai, you want to help me? What version of the should we use the VMware Fusion? What version should we use for VMware Workstation? Which version we're downloading?
Fusion is only for Mac users, but we can use
Okay.
Workstation.
Okay, so I go to Workstation over here and follow, guys. Listen, I have two choices over here. I can use the VMware or I can use the Oracle VirtualBox. They both give me the platform to create virtual machines. Virtual is something which is not physically there, but through the use of the software, it allows you to do just like what the physical machine does. Okay. If you have Oracle, perfect. You're okay. I don't want you to change anything. You're perfect. You're great. Okay. Don't change anything. But if you don't have anything, let's go with the VMware. What do you guys think? Let me see over here. What do I have over here? VMware? Yeah, I have a VMware Workstation Pro. Let me see over here. You see this? I have a VMware Workstation Pro, but I also have a Oracle VirtualBox as well installed already. So which one should we do, Shalbai?
I would prefer, if you ask me, VirtualBox is the best. Very good support.
VirtualBox?
Yes, Oracle
Okay.
VirtualBox.
All right, let's go to the Oracle VirtualBox. Shahid Bhai knows these things more than anybody does. I'm not going to argue with him. But if you ask me, industry level, on a server, what would you use? VMware. Because it's beautiful, it's supported, and they have great support. Of course, you got to pay for that, the licensing cost. Okay, let's go to download the VirtualBox binaries and platform packages. Platform, when you hear the platform, what comes to your mind? The platform is the base, operating system is the platform. When you talk about the platform engineering, it's the operating system you're talking about. Let's go to the Oracle VirtualBox. Everybody's with me so far? Aha, you guys are already learning to be good system engineers. Take a look at this. I never lied to you about anything in my life except the TikTok part. You know if you know. Okay, so take a look at this. When we are downloading packages for the platform, we have bunch of options. They have for Windows, for Mac, different chipset for Apple or Intel, Linux distributions, because we have more than one Linux flavors, Solaris, which is your Unix, and Solaris, little different type of Solaris, which is Unix. So this is your Windows, this is your Mac, this is your Linux, and this is your Unix. These are the only operating system that exist on this face of earth to run the your laptop and your servers. So just want to explain that to you guys. So when you come over here, you will be making a choice over here. I want you to choose Windows host. Oh, hey, if you're using Mac, then you use Mac. If you're using Windows, I'm using Windows, I'm going to choose Windows host. And as soon as I clicked on it, it's downloading something for me. Let's go ahead and choose this. Are you guys with me so far? All right, I'm gonna give you why. What's wrong with you, Yusuf? Where are you stuck? All I did was I went to the virtual box by going over there and I said virtual box download. And I hit enter and I see right here there's a website called Oracle VirtualBox and I go to downloads. And ladies and gentlemen, when I come to the downloads over here, I see these bunch of operating system choices and I click on the Windows host. And as soon as I clicked on it, it is starting to download the software for me. I click on it, and guess what? It starts the application process for me. Installation. What we are about to do is this. If for the Mac, what should we use? By please give instructions. This is what we did so far. You have a laptop, you went to Oracle website, and you clicked on your corresponding OS, and then you downloaded, basically you downloaded some type of software. The circle thing represent like a DVD or CD. You brought that software into your machine, and now when you double click on this executable, this is called binary, by the way. This is called binary. This is also called application package. Application package. Um, they can use Oracle. For Mac, you need to use VMware Fusion. Simply stick to that. VMware Fusion. Just download that. It says the installation completion will temporarily disconnect me from the network. That's okay. That's fine. But wait for me, guys. When you double click on this application, the downloaded application, what you are doing is you're installing. This is the process of installation process. Who's missing me so much?
Because my server is back.
Okay, no problem, but we're doing the VMware today. Oh, so Wi-Fi has it, the router is having some issues over there. Okay, no problem. Installation. One piece of bullet on your resume is going to be installing applications, installing and configuring the operating system. We are going to learn how to install the operating system as well. This part is installing application on your machine. So I got that over here. This is the part where I'm doing the installation. I'm installing the application. Let's go next. I accept the terms in the license agreement, whatever the hell. It's so funny that, anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. Let's go next. And I'm not going to get too fancy with all of these settings over here. Honestly speaking, I am just going to take the default options. The default always mean whatever is given to me, it's given to me. I'm going to accept those default options. Let's go next. And it says that warning, installing the Oracle VirtualBox 7.1.10 Networking feature will reset your network connection and temporarily disconnect you from the network. Proceed with installation. Um, what does that mean for me and you right now? It means that I can kill my Zoom session. We can all get disconnected for once. Is that okay? I guess it's okay. It's not the end of the world. We're gonna reconnect on the Zoom if this happens. Are you good with me? It says thank you, but the download VMware is asking for username and password. Sign, please help Maria. Yes. It says that missing dependencies. Says installing the Oracle building requires the Python package. Okay, that's fine. All right, I'm going to go next. Install. And remember, I might lose you guys. Download does not ask for username and password at all. So you want to give them a link to download exactly the same, the spot. All right, so it's installing right now. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done with this. So let me know, Shahbhai, quickly. So while I have you guys over here, I'm going to go ahead and create my first virtual machine over here. Right here. So I have my Oracle VirtualBox, ladies and gentlemen, right here. I'm going to move my chat to the other window. And I'm going to move my audiences to the other window as well. I'm glad you guys are sticking to this program. There's like 120, 124 people over here, mashallah. Now I am going to click, let's see over here. I go to the machine on the top and look, I have a laptop which is running a operating system, Windows, and I'm going to create a virtual machine on top of that. How beautiful that is. Machine. I'm going to say this is going to be my Red Hat Linux machine. And guess what? It's asking me where is the software to install. I don't have the software right now. I need to have the Linux software downloaded in order to run this machine. So let me cancel out of here and let me go over here and see what is add now. Okay, so at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to download add right over here. We're gonna say new machine. And I'm going to say this is going to be Linux. And or I'm going to say Oracle or OEL, Oracle Enterprise Linux. And this is the Linux type. Now the next thing I need, ladies and gentlemen, is the operating system file. So guess what? I need an ISO file. Another word for you guys to learn. ISO file is a file that contains the OS. Files that install the OS. They come in the ISO format. This is like an extension called ISO. So the file name could be anything, and then you will have the ISO at the end. ISO is a one big fat file that you download from the internet. And for every Linux distribution, for every Linux distribution, for Red Hat, for Oracle Enterprise Linux, for Ubuntu, there are different ISO files. They're also called ISO image. ISO image basically means I go to maybe Oracle Enterprise Linux, maybe Red Hat website, maybe Ubuntu website, and over there I need to download the ISO image. ISO image is a one big fat file that has the OS installation media, installation files. Just like you have Windows or Mac, when you first installed it, there were some files which you needed to install for the first time. We need those files. So let's see which one of those files we're going to download. So, Sign by according to your experience, what would you say? Which version should we download? Oracle, or we have a Red Hat ISO image? Let me, by the way, folks, the poll is ready while Shad Bhai is giving me the answer. Go ahead, Shad Bhai.
Should I launch it?
Yeah, go ahead, please. Sign,
Yes, that's fine.
what do you recommend?
So RHEL is okay, and Oracle almost the same. No difference. It's
Which one
exact
is
copy of
easy to
RHEL.
download right now?
Have RHEL. We can share with these people later.
Which one is easy to download right now? Oracle? Sign? We lost your voice.
Download RHEL as well. RHEL is Oracle and RHEL. There is no difference. The Oracle is exact copy of RHEL.
So if I go to the Red Hat website, can I
Yeah.
download the RHEL right now?
Yes, we can.
Do I need to register for something, or I can just go and click download?
We have to register for that,
I don't
but
want to register. For this, I will download the OEL ISO
yes, we can.
because it doesn't require any registrations.
Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to go and type OEL, Oracle Enterprise Linux ISO download. Let's do this together. And the first one shows up is the yum.oracle.com. Do not go anywhere else. Yum.oracle.com. Click on this. Take a look at this. Full ISO. We probably need full ISO because it contains everything to boot system and install Oracle Linux. Now, Oracle and Red Hat, they're 100% identical, ditto, because thanks to the open source, you can download anybody's software and you can modify it. I don't know whether Oracle is copying Red Hat or Red Hat is copying Oracle. I don't know. If you come over here, ladies and gentlemen, you see there are 3 sections over here. And I'm going to take a snipping right over here. Want to show you what we are going to do over here. Now, take a look at this. These are the different versions. This is the full ISO if you want to download. And these are different type of ISOs. We are only focused on the full ISO for now. And this is the most latest one. and which is the Oracle 10, but this is the most famous one, Oracle
Although
9.
we cannot see your screen.
I cannot see my screen. Why didn't I share my screen? Sorry about that. By the way, let me see how many of you participated in the poll. Oh, look at that, man. I likes it. Ooh, wow. In the poll and share results. 97 of you, well, by the way, there's like 120 of you, but 97 decided, and there's like 20 people confused. I would like July 4th weekend off. Oh, wow, look at this. 65% said no, 35% said yes. Guess what? It's a no. I'm going to be here. You're going to be here. Saturday, Sunday, both days. Beautiful. I love you all. I love this. I love to see the 65% say, no, I do not want the July 4th weekend off. I will have my July 4th weekend when I have $100,000 job in my pocket, when I am Red Hat certified. I can enjoy at that time. Right now, economy is suffering. I need to skill up. I need to learn new skills. I need to make myself marketable. I need to be more smarter. And I am with you 100%. All right. So there you go. No class off. So let's take a look at this over here. When I went to this site over here, this is what I did. I said OEL ISO download. I went into the yumoracle.com. And when I come over here, this gives me description of each ISO. By the way, I'm going a little fast speed right now because I really wanted to get something going. But you see how long it takes to explain a tiny concept to you guys. All right, everybody, thank you so much for your time. Take care and good night.